Long ago, there lived a powerful and just ruler known as Dhul-Qarnayn. Many scholars believe that he was a king whom Allah had given great authority on the earth. He was not known only for his strength or his armies. He was known for his justice. Wherever he traveled, he tried to bring fairness and peace to the people. The Quran mentions his story in Surah Al-Kahf, describing how Allah gave him the ability to travel across vast lands and govern wisely. Dhul-Qarnayn did not travel only for conquest. He traveled to understand the world and to help those who were suffering. One of his journeys took him far toward the west. He reached a place where the sun appeared to set beyond a distant horizon. There he encountered people who were weak and vulnerable. Allah gave him a choice. He could punish those who were unjust, or he could show mercy. Dhul-Qarnayn chose justice. He punished those who committed wrongdoing, but he protected those who lived righteously. After completing his mission in the west, he continued his journey in another direction. He traveled toward the east. There he found a different group of people living under difficult conditions. They had little protection from the environment and harsh sunlight. But once again, Dhul-Qarnayn treated them with fairness and wisdom. His journeys across the earth showed that true leadership is not only about power. It is about responsibility. It is about protecting people and bringing justice wherever possible. But one of his most important journeys came later. It was a journey that would lead him to a remote region between two massive mountains. When Dhul-Qarnayn reached this region, he encountered a group of people who could barely communicate with him. Their language was very different. But through effort and patience, they managed to explain their problem. These people were living in fear. A constant fear that had haunted them for generations. They spoke about a terrifying group known as Yajuj and Majuj, or Gog and Magog. These groups were known for spreading destruction wherever they went. They would raid villages. They would destroy crops. They would leave chaos behind them. The people living between the mountains had no protection against them. Every time Yajuj and Majuj broke through the region, they caused devastation. The people begged Dhul-Qarnayn for help. They offered him wealth. They offered him resources. They said they would give him whatever he wanted if he could build something to stop these destructive tribes. But Dhul-Qarnayn was not motivated by wealth. He answered them with humility. He told them that the power and resources Allah had already given him were sufficient. Instead of asking for their riches, he asked for their cooperation. He told them that if they worked together, they could build a barrier strong enough to stop Yajuj and Majuj. The people agreed immediately. They were desperate for safety. Dhul-Qarnayn studied the land carefully. He noticed that the two mountains created a narrow passage. If a strong wall could be built between them, it would block the path completely. But this would not be an ordinary wall. Dhul-Qarnayn had a very specific plan. He ordered the people to bring large blocks of iron. Many pieces of iron were gathered and stacked between the two mountains. The work required great effort. Men carried heavy materials. Workers shaped the iron and placed it carefully. The structure slowly grew higher and stronger. When the iron blocks filled the gap between the mountains, Dhul-Qarnayn gave the next command. He told them to bring fire. They heated the iron until it became extremely hot. The entire wall glowed like a massive furnace. Then he ordered molten copper to be poured over the structure. The copper flowed across the iron, sealing the barrier and making it incredibly strong. The result was a massive wall unlike anything the people had ever seen. It was smooth and solid. It was too strong to climb. Too strong to break. When Yajuj and Majuj attempted to attack again, they could not cross the barrier. They could not dig through it. They could not climb over it. For the first time in many years, the people between the mountains felt safe. Their homes were protected. Their fields were safe. Their children could grow without fear. But Dhul-Qarnayn reminded them of something very important. He said that this wall was not created by his power alone. It was created with the help and permission of Allah. And he warned them that one day, near the end of time, the barrier would break. When that day comes, Yajuj and Majuj will once again spread across the earth. But that moment belongs to the future. For now, the barrier stood strong. And the people finally experienced peace. But the story of Yajuj and Majuj does not end with the building of the wall. Because the Quran and the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, describe something even more astonishing. A time when the barrier will finally break, and the world will face one of the greatest trials in history. After the Great Barrier was completed, the people who lived between the mountains finally felt safe. For many generations they had lived in fear of the destructive tribes known as Yajuj and Majuj, or Gog and Magog. These tribes were known for their chaos. They destroyed crops. They invaded lands. They spread fear wherever they traveled. But now, the massive barrier built by Dhul-Qarnayn stood between them and the rest of the world. The wall made from iron and molten copper was incredibly strong. It filled the narrow passage between the two mountains perfectly. It was too smooth to climb. It was too strong to break. Whenever Yajuj and Majuj tried to cross it, they failed. The Quran describes that they could neither scale it nor pierce it. Because of this, the people living in that region were finally able to live peacefully. They thanked Dhul-Qarnayn for helping them. But Dhul-Qarnayn reminded them of an important truth. He told them that the wall was not simply the result of human strength. He said that it was a mercy from Allah. And then he made a statement that would echo through history. He said that when the promise of Allah comes, the barrier will one day be reduced to dust. This statement carried a warning. The wall would not remain forever. One day, near the end of time, it would break. And when that day comes, Yajuj and Majuj will once again spread across the earth. For centuries, the barrier remained standing. Generations passed. Empires rose and fell. But the wall continued to exist somewhere beyond the known lands. Hidden between mountains. Blocking the path of the destructive tribes. But according to many narrations, Yajuj and Majuj never stopped trying to escape. Every day they worked to break the barrier. They dug into it. They scratched at it. They tried to weaken it. Day after day. Year after year. There is a narration that explains something remarkable. It says that every day they dig into the barrier until they almost break through. When they see a small opening, they stop their work. They say that they will finish the job tomorrow. But when they return the next day, the barrier has returned to its original strength. It is restored again. This continues for a long time. Generation after generation. But one day something will change. One day, when they finish digging and see the opening in the wall, they will say something different. They will say, "We will finish this tomorrow, if Allah wills." And when they return the next day, the wall will remain as they left it. The opening will still be there. On that day, the barrier will finally break. And when that moment comes, the world will face one of the greatest events in human history. According to the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, the release of Yajuj and Majuj will happen near the end of time. It will occur after many other signs have already appeared. At that time the world will already be experiencing great trials. But the arrival of Yajuj and Majuj will bring a new level of chaos. They will spread across the earth in enormous numbers. The Quran describes that they will descend from every hill. Their numbers will be so vast that no army will be able to stop them. No wall will hold them back. They will move quickly across the land, consuming resources, drinking rivers, destroying everything in their path. Some narrations describe how they will pass by a large lake and drink from it until almost nothing remains. The people who come after them will say that this place once contained water. The destruction they bring will create fear across the world. Even strong nations will struggle to resist them. But the believers during that time will remember the warnings of the Prophet. They will know that this is one of the signs of the final trials before the end of the world. And at that moment, another important event will also take place. Because during that same time, Prophet Isa, peace be upon him, will have already returned to the earth. He will be leading the believers. But even Prophet Isa, peace be upon him, and his followers will not attempt to fight Yajuj and Majuj directly. Their numbers will be too great. Instead, they will seek protection. They will retreat to a safe place and pray for help. They will ask Allah for relief from the chaos spreading across the earth. And according to the narrations, Allah will answer their prayer. But the way Yajuj and Majuj will finally be defeated is something no one expects. It will not be through a great battle. It will not be through armies. Instead, something very small will destroy them. Something that reminds humanity of how fragile even the greatest forces can be. But that part of the story comes next. Because the final chapter of Yajuj and Majuj will reveal one of the most surprising endings in the history of the world. When Yajuj and Majuj finally break through the Great Barrier, the world will face a level of chaos it has never seen before. Their numbers will be enormous. So large that no army will be able to stop them. They will spread across the land rapidly, descending from every hill and mountain. The Quran describes their movement in powerful words, explaining that when they are released, they will surge forward like waves. Cities will hear the news of their arrival. Fear will spread among the people. Communities will struggle to defend themselves. The destruction they cause will move quickly across the earth. Crops will be destroyed. Water sources will disappear. Entire regions will fall into panic. Many narrations explain that Yajuj and Majuj will move in such vast numbers that when they pass by rivers and lakes, they will drink from them until almost nothing remains. Those who arrive later will see only dry land and wonder where the water has gone. This moment will be one of the most difficult tests for humanity. Even the believers will feel the weight of the situation. But they will remember the teachings of the Prophet. They will remember that this event was foretold long ago. And they will know that patience and faith are their greatest protection. During this time, Prophet Isa, peace be upon him, will already have returned to the earth. He will be guiding the believers. But even with his leadership, the believers will not try to confront Yajuj and Majuj directly. Their numbers will simply be too great. Instead, Prophet Isa, peace be upon him, will lead the believers to safety. They will gather in protected areas, seeking refuge from the destruction spreading across the land. Together they will pray. They will ask Allah for protection. They will ask for relief from the overwhelming trial that the world is facing. And then something unexpected will happen. The defeat of Yajuj and Majuj will not come through war. It will not come through powerful armies or weapons. Instead, Allah will send something very small. According to the narrations of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, a tiny creature will be sent against them. These small creatures will attack the necks of Yajuj and Majuj. Within a short time, the massive armies that once covered the earth will fall. The countless numbers that seemed unstoppable will disappear. In the morning, the earth will become silent again. The great destruction will finally come to an end. But the aftermath will still remain. Because the bodies of Yajuj and Majuj will cover the land. The earth will be filled with their remains. The smell will become unbearable. Life will not yet return to normal. Once again, the believers will turn to prayer. They will ask Allah to cleanse the earth. And once again, their prayers will be answered. Allah will send large birds unlike anything people have seen before. These birds will carry the remains of Yajuj and Majuj away from the land. They will remove them completely. After this, rain will fall across the earth. But it will not be ordinary rain. It will be a rain that washes the world clean. The earth will be purified. The land will become fertile again. Crops will grow. Rivers will flow again. Peace will slowly return to the world. During this time, people will experience a period of great blessing. Food will become abundant. Animals will grow strong. A single fruit may feed an entire family. A single animal may provide enough food for many people. The world will experience a time of peace and prosperity. But the story of Yajuj and Majuj carries an important lesson. It reminds humanity that power and numbers alone do not determine the outcome of events. Even the largest armies can fall in ways no one expects. It also reminds people that the greatest protection during times of chaos is faith. Throughout history, humanity has faced many challenges. But the story of Yajuj and Majuj is a reminder that the world itself is temporary. Every generation will face its own trials. Some trials will be small. Others will be great. But the path of patience, humility, and faith remains the same. This story also reminds people that arrogance and destruction never lead to lasting success. Even the most powerful forces can disappear in a moment. And when the final trials of the world arrive, the people who remain patient and sincere will always find protection in their faith. Because in the end, the greatest strength is not power. It is truth.